All right, this is part 3 of the custom Power Wheels rebuild. So if you followed part 1 and 2, you watched the rebuild, you watched me get this thing right, and we were supposed to go race this week at the Selge Grand Prix over here in the town over in Elkhart, okay? So the race was on a Saturday, it was this last Saturday. You had to register and pay, and then, they sent you the information after. Boom, cool. So I get the Power Wheels done, get on their thing, send in my info, send in my money, and register. So I thought we're good to go racing. My little cousin was pretty excited about it. He was going to get to run this thing against some other Power Wheels, and that was going to be pretty fun. But we had a problem. Shortly after I turned in my money for my registration, I get an email from him. Cool. So I think it's going to be, the details maybe about what time to get there and so on and so forth. No. It was a very detailed rules list. And in this rules list, we failed about, I think there was 10 different rules, and we failed 8 of them. And they didn't say anything about this rules list at the time. So we ended up not getting to go race it. It's been sitting here still. And so I'm going to do something a little different in this video since we haven't got it out yet. I'm just going to kind of go over what exactly is done to this Power Wheels and how I did it. I'm not going to go into great detail about everything, but I'll give you guys a pretty good clear view on what I did here just in case you want to do something like this, maybe with your kid or who knows, for a family member, whatever, They're real fun. This thing's a blast. My little cousin has a great time in it. And it's fun to watch them ride around. So I'm about to go over everything that I did to it and just kind of show that to you guys since we weren't able to go out and race it, which is kind of irritating, to be honest with you, because I didn't. And then that's the other thing, we didn't get registration money back or none of that. It was just asked out. And for it being a Power Wheels race, I didn't think their rules were going to be that serious, but it is what it is. And I had this. In the first video, if you saw, I was talking about I had a little secret. This was going to be my secret. We were going to go Flex Seal on these tires because they ain't got the plastic is just worn to shit on them. So I was going to put some Flex Seal on it and lay some rubber so we could maybe get some traction out there. But we didn't even get that far. So, alright, well, give me a second here and I'm about to show you guys exactly what's going on with this Power Wheels. I'm going to take the seat up so you can see inside. I'm just going to kind of start from the beginning and give you guys a quick overview of the history of the Power Wheels. So this Power Wheel started as one of them Barbie Jeep Power Wheels. Another cousin of mine had outgrown it and they were going to throw it out, so I got it to redo it for Link. I think he was maybe 1 or 2 at the time. Too little damn near to even ride it then. But I got it and rebuilt it into what you're looking at now, basically. So, alright. As the Power Wheels came with the Jeep Barbie one, obviously it was pink and had stickers and shit all over, and there was like a roll bar, there was doors, there was another thing on the front grille. Pretty much it's all stripped down. So you got that, it's painted with sunset red with the rubber undercoat underneath, which is kind of getting worn down now too, but okay, so that's the basis of the shell of it. So we'll move to, let's just go to the steering wheel, that'd be easy. So we got this. It's a Wild Cart, one of the performance go-kart steering wheels, the ones that they actually run in the races. So that's the steering wheel we got. And I got this steering wheel because at the time in the summers I was working in a junkyard just to make some extra money and kill time when I wasn't in school. So one of the go-karts that someone had crashed that ran these came in, and it came with the steering wheel and a few other things. But I grabbed the steering wheel off it to build this. So that's the steering wheel we run. And these gauges are pretty basic. This came in same place I got it at the yard, and it came in off a Gran Torino that someone had wrecked. It was a drag car, and it just had some old, retro gauges in it, and I took them out. So that's what we got here. Same thing with this. This is a pretty basic touchscreen, but for the kid and for our Power Wheels, it's pretty dope. And that's hooked up, and then we got, they're not 6x9s, but they're one size under that. I can't remember off the top of my head what size speaker they are, but these things hit too. And to get these in, I just cut out the the holes in the back of the plastic, and then the magnet fit fine behind it. I'll show you a little more detail what's up with that. The seat needs painted still. I didn't have any black spray paint. I got to get some before. It really wasn't the top of my priority list at the time, but and then same thing down here. I don't remember exactly what this came off of, but it was a stick shift car that it came through the yard that was pretty cool. Might have been an old truck or something. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think it might have been an old pickup. But you know, nice 8-ball shifter. And basically I just shaved the end of this off and then drilled it and put these through. So the same thing for the steering column. I drilled a hole through this and then just ran a screw through. And right now it's on there pretty loose, but it's quick release also. You can just pull this pin out and the steering wheel will come off. So that's kind of cool. All right, let's see. Now the major thing here we're going to talk about is the batteries and what this thing is running. So right now, you know, there's a lot of different, so you can see the pink here from the Barbie. But there's a lot of different ways you can do these batteries, a lot of different ways I've seen people do them online. This is how I ran mine. So we got, these a lawnmower battery, and we got 2 of them. So let me see if I can take this up right quick. Well, I'll just tilt it. You can see the inside where the Barbie purple seat was. All right, so this is our second lawnmower battery. I had to get this up out of here. Hold on. All right. It was easy for now because them speakers aren't wired back up. But all right, so this is our second lawnmower battery. And what I did here was, this is just some regular like car audio wire. It might be a 8 gauge, I think. Maybe 6. I think it's 8 though. So I ran a strand of this, let's just say 8 gauge power wire to this battery, and it comes through in here, and it runs on the bottom, on the underside of this, up and through, and then I drilled a hole right here, and this runs out, and it's bridged to this. So for the 2 batteries, they're linked together with just that run of power, and then I got my ground cable that links them together also. And so to run them, they already had a spot for wires right here. And then if you look, if you take the pedal up, all this strip comes up and there's wiring that runs back behind the shifter. So it wasn't too hard to hide these wires for the most part. They give you a little bit of room to do the things. But so to link them together, that's pretty much all I did, was cut the old POWERWHEELS stock terminals off and put, you know, regular ones on so I can hook it to the battery. Did that, boom. And the POWERWHEELS is fast as hell now. It's much, much faster than it would have been with the original batteries. So, and then the other thing was the stereo. So this is wired off a toggle. So it's not on all the time. And I'm not going to lie, without, you know, it's not like there's a generator or charging system on here. If you're running around and driving it and at the stereo playing, it does drain the batteries quicker than if not. But I mean, it just kind of logically makes sense. But so that's wired to a toggle, so I just go like that, and then that comes off and on. And same thing, we ran that through here, and we just have 2 runs speaker wire going to the 2 in the back, you know. So that wasn't too difficult. They come up over here. Here they are. They're unhooked right now, as you can see, but these are our 2 speaker wires. They run through the back. Put them back down in here. Sorry. And trying to think what else here I'm leaving out. There's probably more to it I'll think of, but for the most part, man, that's the basic rundown of this thing. It's nothing too crazy, too complicated, but you can do it at home. It took me some time to get together because I used some specific parts. You know, you could just get the batteries and wire them up and it wouldn't be that big of a deal. It took me a lot longer to build this thing because I had to hunt down the stereo, I had to hunt down the steering wheel, I got the gauges, I got the shifter, and it just took some time. But I wasn't in a rush either. So, as you can see, it's not really anything too crazy. You can definitely do something like this for your, you know, your kid or whoever you want to build one for. They're fun. They're fun as hell to build. And then it's fun watching them drive them. You know what I mean? So, definitely a cool project. And, I don't know. My plan is, since we couldn't get into this POWERWHEELS race, and I've never seen any other ones here locally, what we'll probably do is just take it back and let it, you know, let my little cousin play with it for the rest of the summer and have a good time. And then maybe this winter we're going to do some more upgrades to it. We're thinking about putting some rubber wheels on it this time. like some tractor tires, and then probably upgrading these motors in here. There's a couple websites that sell pretty nice aftermarket parts for the Power Wheels. So, oh yeah, one more thing I did want to talk about. So up on this front, you can see this thing. It's all nasty in here, but right here, same thing on the other side. So this thing has a lift on it. You know, I put like maybe a 1/2 inch block lift to raise the front up a little bit. And the main reason I did that was to pull the steering wheel down a little bit. There's a ton of play, up and down play in these. So what was happening before I put the lift on the bottom, Lincoln, he's kind of a tall kid for his age, you know, my little cuz. So when he sat in there, his knees would be all up eating the steering wheel. And because this one's not the plastic Power Wheels, it was kind of messing his little legs up when it was hitting him. So we ended up raising the front end up, and then that pulled the steering wheel back down. So now he can get in and out of there, no problem, turn, no problem, all that. But the other thing I'm gonna do here, I gotta go make another video. I'm gonna pull it up on my phone so I can read them to you. But I'm gonna read this list of rules they sent to me, and exactly why we were unable to go. Our our Power Wheels was not legal for the race. So, all right. Well, I'm about to get my other stuff together here, and I'll read the list to you guys so you can see the BS they sent me after getting my money, and only after getting my money. All right, so yeah, it took me a minute, but all right, I got this list. So I'm gonna read these rules off. This is the email that I got after I paid the deposit to register, and this was the night of the damn race too, which is supposed to be on Saturday. So we'd already planned our schedules to go out here and take the kids and do all that. So this is the email I get from them. I'm just gonna skip past the BS and go straight. This is the rule list that they'd sent me for the race of Division 6 to 9. Okay, so this is the first rule. All Power Wheels must remain as they came from the store. The motor must remain stock. The Derby is limited to a 6-volt Power Wheels battery only. Or if the car came stock with the 12, that will be allowed. The battery can be positioned anywhere inside the car and covered except the passenger seat. This is the one that got me. So you can't run aftermarket batteries. Why the hell would you put the battery somewhere else? Confused on that one. Doors and hoods are to be secured so they don't come open. We don't pass that one. We don't even have doors. And the hood latches are not there either. Seat belts are mandatory. We don't have seat belts. All drivers must wear a helmet. Bike helmets are allowed. We probably could have came up with a helmet. I don't know. Probably. When I first made the Power Wheels, it did come with a helmet, but I mean, it was 4 years ago. He doesn't wear a helmet when he rides his Power Wheels anymore. So that one threw me off also, especially for this upper age bracket. All right, and then this was the real kicker. All Power Wheels must be set up like the manufacturer, no raising or lowering the front or rear of the Power Wheels. So as you saw in the video, ours is modified and it's raised in the front with them blocks. Then it says legal parent or guardian must register the child and sign a waiver. Power Wheels will be inspected before the Derby. So, as you can see, out of all the rules, we damn near filled every one. So the Power Wheels was not race legal, and that is a bummer. But I wish that the people running that thing would have been a little more open about just letting people run whatever they want. It's for kids. It ain't like it mattered. And then to make us pay money and then have this ridiculous list of things. And I guess they probably assume most people are just going to bring us store-bought Power Wheels, but some people aren't. And like, we didn't get to go have fun because of that. And I still had to spend money. So a little bit irritating, but like I said, not for me. I was just irritated my little cousin get to go race his Power Wheels. I thought, you know, he was ready. So, but we're going to have more coming on the Power Wheels soon. So just stay alert and stay alert, and I'm gonna keep you updated because there'll be more stuff coming with the Power Wheels soon. Kind of made me mad about this thing, so I think we're definitely about to do some more stuff with it here. But I'll put them up when I get the videos done, and you guys can stay up to date with what Power Wheels is doing and what modifications we've done to it. And it's only going to keep getting better. especially since they shitted on us. So it's time to make it really, really illegal now. And then, yeah, maybe we can go race go-karts instead of Power Wheels. All right. Well, you gotta stay tuned for part 4.